That toy life.
To catch these ghosts, you need the real Ghostbusters.
Nice landing, Han Solo.
Spaceships and Luke Skywalker sold separately. Batteries not included.
That toy life.
What up?
What up?
Thinking about the moon. I'm thinking about the moon. I saw a moon fall, and now I am crazy.
Tell me, does it live up to Roland Emmerich standards?
It's better than Resurgence. I liked it more than Resurgence.
That's good enough. That's all I need to know. Because I didn't hate Resurgence, but I was disappointed. I was let down. I was like, guys. And then come to find out, you know whose fault it was? Suicide
Jeff
Squad.
Goldblum.
No, it was Suicide Squad.
Because they got Will Smith.
Because they got Will Smith to pull out and go to that, and then it was for nothing because he's probably never going to do anything like that with them again.
I'm sure after the last Suicide Squad, I'm sure he might come back. Because
I would love for him to. See, I love this character, but I'm just saying, he, if I bet it feels like Poison Waters or something, like he just don't want to.
I would say this though.
I
would say this though. I think if that was the case though, I don't think there would have been any talk about redoing Deadshot into Bloodsport, because originally when Idris Elba's first cast, I think it was supposed to be that he was going to be Deadshot, just recast. And then all of a sudden they went back and said, no, he's going to be Bloodsport, because it leaves open the possibility to bring Will back.
He can come back. I mean, I hope they do.
Yeah.
God, I would have loved to. I hate to say it, I would have loved to have seen him in like the Snyderverse stuff, like like in the Justice League miniseries or whatever. That would have been cool. But anyway,
it was fun. It was fun. It was
cool.
I
want to see it. I'm all for like just zany, like just crazy disaster
bizarre
epics.
Conspiracy theory stuff. Yeah.
Before it got labeled before it got lumped in now with just loony people, it's like, come on, we can also just. I like Dante's Peak, and I like Twister. We love Twister. That stuff ain't gonna happen. It's just.
You saying a tornado can't happen?
I mean, they can happen, but not in that way. It's not going to pick Bill Paxton up and put him back down.
Hey, rest in peace, Bill Paxton. But I thought
it will take his liquor bottle though, and never let it touch the ground again.
I thought you were talking about the conspiracy portion of the movie, though, like how conspiracy theories have kind of gotten a little taboo because of how crazy people have gotten about conspiracy theories lately.
Is that what this is? Is that what's in the movie?
It uses a conspiracy theory of the idea that the moon isn't a moon. Is more than a moon, and this is
based off
hollow moon or something.
Hollow moon theory. It's based off that hollow moon theory.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's the thing, though. I like
that's what makes it so fun and interesting for me. Is like, I want to see him tackle flat Earth. That's what I want to see, a Roland Emmerich flat Earth. There's an easy way to gauge if you're getting too far into a conspiracy theory rabbit hole. This is how someone brings up. This is how you bring. This is gonna be one of two things. You're gonna hear one word. The second this word comes up, you've gone too far. You need to start getting back. It's called Zion. If you ever hear anyone bring up it's a Zionist, you get out. You run because you're in crazy territory now.
No, I was gonna say if you're like in, and I'm not trying to say crazy territory, but like if your moon, like let's say Moonfall gets passed around every Southern Baptist church, like they actually have a viewing night, you're doing something wrong. Like when they're taking this as like crazy, or whatever.
It's real. The movie's explanation of what the moon is when you find out. I'm not gonna spoil it. Yeah, that would really anger some church-going people.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because it goes full sci-fi, like wacky sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won't spoil it, but
right, don't spoil it because I do want to see it.
Angry. It would make some people very angry.
I'll probably watch it, but it'll be like when it comes to HBO Max or whatever.
That's probably when I'll get to see it. I'm hoping to watch the new Spider-Man soon.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I enjoyed about it.
I haven't gotten to watch it yet. I hadn't got to see the new Spider-Man. I haven't got to see the new Scream. I haven't got to see the new Jackass.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten to see any of the new movies that have come out. I've gotten to see. I'm trying to think of. I mean, we got to see Ghost. I think that was the last movie in theaters I saw was Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh yeah.
And that was just, because that was all of a sudden in that little period of, well, let's see if we can get back out in the theaters. There was something else, wasn't there?
We saw Halloween Ends.
And we saw Halloween.
Or not Ends, but
Halloween Kills. And what else? I feel like there was one other thing, but maybe not. That could be it.
Turn in your nerd card.
No. He gets it back because speaking of Halloween, Austin and Candy had a surprise run-in in Savannah.
I didn't think I wasn't even going to bring this up on the show. I don't know if
a certain Scream Queen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. I will say, because I'm one of those people that's like I respect privacy and I respect people. So I'm not going to give all the details.
Oh yeah.
But I will say, they're shooting the last Halloween movie here in our hometown, Savannah. So long story short, me and my wife went to pick up our local, our comics from the local shop. And just, when we walked in, I noticed that there was a lady all in black with the mask and all that. I mean, you're supposed to, they're everywhere here. It's pretty strict, especially downtown. Mm-hmm. And then this place in particular, you have to wear your mask. So, we go in masked, everybody's masked. Mm-hmm. There's an artist in there doing some stuff, and there's usually, 9 times out of 10, somebody in there kind of like a local artist working on something, and we'll do autographs and things. It's just really cool. And I love this shop, Neighborhood Comics, Savannah, Georgia, Neighborhood Comics. Look it up. It's really good. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I stop in, me and the wife, to get her comics. See this woman, and she's chatting up the guy about signing some stuff, and she's got a stack of comics she's going to buy, and then she's going to get some T-shirts, some all that kind of stuff. Some comic shop T-shirts, and the voice was throwing me off because it immediately sounded familiar. But I'm always the kind of person, I don't try to get in people's faces or try to get in their business. So I don't even try to make eye contact a lot. So I just try to mind my own business and walk her. But she's kind of juggling back and forth both sides of the store and speaking very loudly. But she sounds like her accent is breaking between an older, it sounds like I don't want to say an old lady, but it's like a very, just like a concerned or wants to make sure that everything is crystal clear, pulled across, super northern old lady. But then it would crack into just I'm like, oh my God, that's Jamie Lee Curtis. And then, long story short, like I said, I think she pulled her mask down for some reason right in front of me and smiled and said something to the dude, the artist. I can't remember what she said. And I just had to basically go whoa. And I went that's Jamie Lee Curtis. And my wife almost had a meltdown, because she had been wanting to meet her. And we would just chit chat all the time, talking about how wouldn't it be funny if we ran into her or if we could get her autograph and all that, And we ended up running into her at this comic shop. And I mean, she was in there with her dog, and she had she was in full black, and she was, you could tell she was trying to hurry up and get out. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to, bother her. So my wife, said she was a fan and all, but she was real sweet and then left, and that was it.
So what you should do is just you tell a story like this from now on. You said, "Hey, Jamie Lee," and then she turns around and she tips her hat.
Yeah, tips her hat like this.
The Jamie Lee Curtis.
I wish I knew her name from. I was going to try to say her name from True Lies. I can't remember it. To my True Lies girl, I swear to God. But no, she was. I mean, it was cool. I just thought that was such a neat moment to be. It was almost like it was wheeled there. It was and it's neat to see that the play. And I mean, I transferred my business to this place because the customer service is that good. And then next thing you know, you've got celebrity shopping there. So
she was buying comics.
Yeah, she was buying a stack. I don't know what she was buying. I wish I did. And I bet it was something obscure. I just, I really don't know. I mean, but she was buying comics and shirts. Yeah. Oh yeah. And I know she's part of the nerd community. I love that. Awesome. I mean, she goes to the conventions with her kids and, I'm a huge fan of her husband, Christopher Guest. I love his movies. I would be super intimidated to meet him, even though I would love to meet him or at least say I met Christopher Guest, but God, he scares the Jesus out of me. He just seems like he would tear me down. I'm so dumb. He would because he's a suffer no fools kind of guy, and he would probably I'm scared of him.
Wait, Christopher Guest, who is he?
He's the guy
This
who does
is Spinal Tap and
Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show. Those kind of like quirky, like docu-comedies, mockumentaries.
Yeah, I've got to go Google him up.
You'll recognize him just by his face. You'll go, oh, that guy. Like he's worked like with SNL and things like that. Yeah. But he carved his own. I mean, he started out early. You know, he dabbled in SNL when SNL was a little rocky. You know, and then he carved his own path. He did This Is Spinal Tap, and then his own thing started with Waiting for Guffman. Yeah. It was, that was the start of like him writing and directing, but then getting all these amazing comedians.
Because that was when he started Eugene Levy and them.
Yeah, I was going to say like all the Second City people. He was getting all those people involved, and they just did these big, like I don't even think he likes the term, but they were mockumentaries because they were trying to be as real as possible and find the comedy in the realism, and it was just everything was ad-libbed, and it was great stuff.
Interesting.
Fantastic.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, that was kind of our exciting thing there. But we did get some good comics. I got the latest Star Wars and Star Wars: The High Republic. I haven't caught up on them yet. I've got the last issue actually. Let's see. I finished up a Trail of Shadows series that I haven't read yet, but I've got all 4 issues now. It's like a High Republic Trail of Shadows. I don't know. It's like some random side story that leads up to this last book that came out. But I've got the last issue of Superman 78.
So how many issues is supposed to run in all? 6?
6. Yeah,
so
6
or 6. Part 6.
Yeah. I got that, and then the latest High Republic, and that's look right here. That's the main villain of the series.
Martian
Row.
Martian Row. This is issue 14.
14. Okay. Yeah. I'm almost caught up to that.
I got this, and I don't know what this is. The Halcyon Legacy. It's just it's the Galactic Star Cruiser thing, but I don't know. It looks like it takes place in the High Republic era because that looks like Buryaga, right?
Yeah,
because that's his lightsaber, the crossguard lightsaber. Yeah, I love that hilt.
I do want to say, I think I've heard something about him being connected somehow with the Galactic Cruiser stuff.
Yeah, I got some bounty hunters and Dr. Aphra's, and then like the latest Crimson Reign. So
okay.
Yeah, I have to admit something. So I'm back. Like I said last episode, I'm back. Star Wars,
the Boba Fett.
Are you off it again now?
No. I'm not off it. I actually went and bought what's the first High Republic book?
Light of the Jedi.
Light of the Jedi. So now I'm reading that. I'm about halfway through it. I started on the comic series, and I'm on issue 8 or 9 of that. And then I started on the newest series of Darth Vader, which is really good.
Oh yeah, I've heard like the one with Sabe.
No, the one where I don't. So he's
now. Which one are you talking about? The Vader. Yeah, so you're talking about but I don't know how far into it are you?
Okay, so it's at the War of the Bounty Hunters or something right now. I'm in that era.
Well, you're talking. Well, Ray mentioned Sabe. Padme's.
Yeah.
Okay, I was. That's why I was trying to make sure you didn't spoil anything for him. I was like, how far?
No, I've already been through that.
Oh, I didn't even. That. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that was even a spoiler.
Because when the last page, that looks like Padme, and I'm like, how in the heck are they bringing her back? And I was fixing to get mad.
And then it's like,
she was there.
I like that they dug back into that whole thing about she had a bunch of doubles. In the first 2 movies, that was set up heavily. Is like she had doubles because there were a lot of attempts on her life.
Yeah, and also E.K. Johnston, she's got like a trilogy of Padme books, like young adult books, and she focuses a lot and kind of, focuses a lot on the handmaiden stuff and their personalities and all that. So if you're ever interested in that story, I think you can find a lot of it traces back to those series. I think.
I got you.
So it's like, or they try to expand upon it.
Yeah. So I got the Light of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Are you liking that so
it's
far?
good so far. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
I
And
will
got
say
the
though, have
second
you,
book.
if you're gonna dive into High Republic, just so you're not confused, you may want to. Have you pulled up a timeline like an on?
I did like I pulled up like a reading order.
So you're doing it along with the. Okay, I was
Yeah,
gonna say because it all.
Not quite along, because there's the novels, then you have like the young adult novels, and you got the comics.
Right.
I'm sort of not doing the young adult stuff. I'm sticking with the novels and the comics.
Okay, yeah.
Right now.
You may still be a little confused, because it's the way they're doing it. It's a little questionable with like how they're spreading out the stuff. I mean, it's good, like good stories and good characters, but the way they've spread it out, it's kind of weird.
It's like an attempt to give something for everybody.
Yeah.
But in a way, it's also kind of like a little kid might not want to read he's not going to read the big adult book, so they're going to kind of might be a little confused by what's going on in the stories. Though.
It's almost like what they do for the kids is they just they give a window to it for the kids, like, hey, you can look at some of these battles and look at some of this and that's it, and don't worry about all the adult stuff or the consequences as much, But no, I will say the first. Well, I was just going to say the first book, it's a little bit easier, but you may want to be careful with the time, because it starts to get a little weird and confusing with the second. I think with like all the stories after the first book, like everything after I would say like after the first round, like that's your first adult novel, and then your young adult, and then your young adult, and then like I think the first 8 issues cover, or the first so many issues covered the events of the first book. It was like the first 4 or 5 issues. No, I'm talking directly. Actually, I'm just wondering. Okay. I didn't know if
you're talking the comics.
Yeah, the comic series.
The comics are not anything to do with the first book.
Well, they do. It does it in the first, at least because like in the first issue, they explain exactly, like not exactly, but they the same events happen. Like the hyperspace disaster.
Yeah,
it just gives you all the separate perspective. All it does is gives another side of the whole story.
Yeah. But not. It's only a few pages, because basically
I feel like it's still timeline wise, it was still like at least maybe the first. I don't know. I could be wrong, but
because in the comics they're fighting that big plant thing, Dringer or whatever.
Yeah, the Dringer.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah,
I'm still kind of wondering about all that. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. And I don't like the main character of the comics, really. Not that she's a bad character; it's her hair. I'm picky about my Star Wars stuff, man, and it's like they try to take, let's put new hairstyle, modern hairstyle onto this character just to push the envelope there a little bit. And
what kind of hairstyle does she have? Is it like the lobotomy hairstyle or something?
Half her hair's. I mean, she's got long hair over here and shaved right here. So and I've seen women that do the shave kind of thing on half and leave it a little bit long on the other, and I'm like, oh, come on. I mean, you're putting modern haircuts in Star Wars. Don't do that.
Yeah, well, I've noticed it's something like that. It's on. Well, I've also seen that in The Expanse. It almost seems like it's becoming a bit of a sci-fi hairstyle,
and that's exactly what it shouldn't be to me. Since I mean, I don't know. There's a certain look to Star Wars.
Yeah.
But they're breaking.
Yeah.
I was going to say though, yeah, with the I've read or finished The Fallen Star, and I will say everything comes to a crazy. I don't want to say conclusion, but it's like, wow, like I can't wait for us to discuss it further, because there's a lot to digest. And there's still, I mean, yeah, I guess they're still going. There's a whole new phase, or I mean, it's like it leaves it wide open, but at the same time, like I think Ray mentioned to me previously, they're going to do a phase 2, and I think they're going to jump backwards 100 years, and I don't get that. I don't understand why.
I guess maybe to establish some history, like maybe because how far have you gotten into the book? Have you gotten any?
Or what about you? Ashley?
I'm talking about. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I was asking.
I'm only on the first book, so
I mean, like how far? Like have they mentioned?
Okay, so it's in like phase 2 of the book. So it like it divided the book up. Maybe it says like around chapter 14. So you were talking about the main bad guy. What was his name?
Marchand Rowe.
Marchand Rowe. I don't know he's the main bad guy. All I know is
for whatever reason I call him Marchand. Because I think of Marshawn Lynch or whatever his name is.
I was thinking,
but it looks like Yeah, but it could be. I don't know what it's
Yeah,
pronounced
neither.
as, so I say Marcion because I was saying Marcion at first,
Yeah.
and then Marcion. I was like, and I just started saying Martian because I sometimes will catch myself just saying Martian, like calling Martian Rowe, and I'm like, no, he's not like Marvin the Martian or something like that. You know,
I
come
think they
here,
do say
my
that in the
fellow
book.
Niles.
I'm listening to the audiobook, and I think they do say Martian.
Pesky Jedi.
They just say Martian.
Martian Road.
Okay,
but
like a Martian. Okay.
Yeah, I'm right at the part where the Nihil are attacking the Santeca's farm, or whatever
and
their place is.
And so it's pronounced Nihil.
Nihil, yeah.
Okay. I've been calling them Nile, like just because it feels like it rolls off the. It just
they say Nihil in the book.
I'll have to adapt.
I've been saying that I was to myself when I was reading it, I was thinking Nihil because I was thinking of Darth Nihilus.
Yeah,
and that's where I thought
their name
their name came from.
It
but
could be. I don't think they've.
I
I
don't
don't think they've gone into the origin of their name.
Yeah.
But
it could be a thing where they don't know the origin of the name, like or like a lot of them don't, and then Martian knows because that's the whole thing is he's holding so much back from everybody, like so much information.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the interesting thing about him as a lead villain is that when we first introduce him, it's not like he's just the strong leader. He's more like he's the key, and he's kind of delicately balancing his power out. Like, he's like, you can't come at me because I give you these roots that you need every now and then. So you can't touch me right now
or whatever. Yeah.
And then, but they're all kind of like getting itchy. Like, man, we'll just kill him and everybody else, and then we take it all for ourselves. And he's like trying to basically hold all of them back while they're, 3 different factions that want a piece of what he's got.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You'll see. There's an interesting thing that happens with that status quo. Like it doesn't stay that way by the end of it.
So, but yes, I have turned on the Star Wars button in my head now. I even went so far as to pre-order the Boba Fett Palace playset.
The vintage collection one that just came
for $229.
Nice.
We'll see what happens.
But when's it supposed to drop though? That's like in what?
They don't
February 2025 or something like that.
Yeah, they just say next year.
Yeah,
I think if you go to like the Hasbro Pulse page,
we can look. 1st. We'll have that's plenty of time. We'll have lots of time for car washes and stuff. We're gonna get that. Candy bar sales.
September 1st, 2023.
Whoa, that one. That's for the Palace.
Yes.
Wow.
Crazy.
I'm wondering what that whole deal is with Hasbro right now. It's an interesting thing because there are news stories, especially who was it, Toyark or something like that. Somebody has got a picture of someone went to a Target. I think this is maybe Nebraska, and everybody in the new wave that they just announced, was up today, or it just came out today for pre-order. So you got Ahsoka, Echo, Omega, the Client, and the Death Watch Mandalorian. Found all of them in the wild. All of them in a Target.
And I don't understand how that.
And
maybe
that's what's confusing. That's what's
maybe Hasbro Pulse won't get their stock.
But it's the same for all the online shops that they're following like Hasbro's release date.
Oh,
like
really?
if you look at the pre-orders for Amazon or any other places where you find them, they all say that same January 3rd, I think, for those figures.
And yeah, I don't understand. I think maybe COVID's played a part in this because I was listening to an interview with Brian Flynn from Super 7, and he was talking about Target now makes them ship stuff to them 4 months prior to it going on the shelf.
Whoa.
Yeah. So they have to have inventory 4 months. I mean, Target has to have it in their warehouse 4 months prior to it going out on the shelf for Target.
Austin, you keep your eye out on Target.
I go to Target regularly, like to check, because they've become like, I mean, I go I'll go to Walmart's and check them out because Walmart's gotten really good about putting out collectibles because in their electronics section now they have, the thing about it is it's Walmart, so people like the workers don't care, so they just dump it all in a glass case or on the side caps. But they have a lot of NECA and lots of different like figures and stuff like that. But Target has they do a real good job of getting those exclusives and then getting the like a lot of NECA and Super 7. Like they're stepping up their Super 7 game. Like they've started like their own section, of Super 7 next to NECA. So it's like kind of their big main draws, and then you got Funko Pops and all that. But it's
wow.
Yeah, I mean I would say Target's definitely, if you're a collector, those are some places to hit up. I mean, that's where I found a lot of like my NECA stuff that I've looked for would be a Target.
Nice. Every time I've been there, they've had some good stuff in there. For me, like personally, I've noticed an uptick in our Books A Million here. They've gotten a better, figure selection than even our even like GameStop. Our GameStop sometimes gets some good stuff. Like I got some lucky for my haul that I'll show you that, but that I got lucky with that at GameStop. But usually our Books A Million has a pretty good selection. They just got restocked recently and a ton of new stuff.
Yeah, I wish we would get a Books A Million because we have a Barnes and Noble. Well, I hate to say that, but we have a Barnes and Noble and it's great. But to me, it feels like they phased out their toys, or at least like the good collectible toys. To me, they have a lot more just like gift items
or like little kid stuff, like or Lego sets.
Exactly. Yeah. Like you could find like some decent Lego sets or rare ones, maybe like stuff like ones that people wouldn't think to go in there and look for. They would just be sitting on it or something. But they just they kind of phase that out and they've got like the really good records and movies. Like they've got like the high quality Criterion section and Arrow and all that now. So they just, it's kind of just weird how Barnes shifted to that. But like you said, Books A Million, I remember going there and would see really good collectibles. Like they had really good figures. And now here's the thing I'm like really, I guess it must be because of the big Star Wars push from 2015 on, but they must be afraid of getting burned again on figures because like you said, there's this big like backstock of Black Series that they're slowly pushing through. But you could go to the store right now and plus you hear about it, all of it gets sold out and you never see it in stores really unless you find the rare one every once in a while. It's all pre-orders. And you don't see anything, but then you go to a store and you'll find just rows of Marvel and plenty of. I mean, and it's not that I'm mad about that. It's just that you can just find if you want a Marvel figure. For the most part, you just go to the store and they're going to have plenty of variety and plenty of copies of that figure.
Yeah. Well, look at the so Hasbro's a company, right? So they each license probably gets a budget. And Star Wars hadn't typically been doing good. I mean, you blame the sequel trilogy, blame whatever you want.
Yeah, before, but now that they do have a money making opportunity, it feels like they're scared they're scared of being burned again. Well, I feel like here's the opportunity. I feel like right now, if they're trying to make something that's toyetic, they've got it and the only thing they've done with it is make plushes. Like right now, when I go to Walmart, the only Book of Boba Fett promotional is a friggin' plush Boba. Like what collector wants that? Like it's stupid.
But if you look at all the pre-order stuff, there's a lot of Mandalorian Boba Fett stuff out there. But I think COVID has played a big part in getting this stuff out, so they couldn't get it out.
That's definitely probably played a role.
Yeah, at the time that this stuff was coming out. But I think they're trying to capitalize on it now, even though they're releasing a Mandalorian figure over here that was in season 1 of the Mandalorian a couple of years ago, and it's only now getting released. But Marvel has, I guarantee Marvel has like just double the budget that the Star Wars group has.
Yeah.
But but look at all that. I feel like that's a lot of money wasted. I don't see anybody buying Eternals figures. And they're all over the place. There's Eternals and there's Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
and I hate to say that because they're great figures. Even when I look at a lot of these figures, I'm picking them up and looking at the quality and they're good. Even though I may not be fans of a lot of the characters, it's just like whatever, but there's just so many, like so much of them. But then, right now, one of the hottest TV shows is Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. You should be able to walk into a Walmart or Target and at least pick up a Mandalorian and a Baby Yoda, a Grogu figure, like a Black Series, vintage collection, whatever version. You should be able to easily find those. Those should be the ones that are in abundance, but you can't find the
I tell you,
Quill or whatever, you know.
My Walmart is just now getting in some vintage collection figures. It's like the Fire Trooper, Fire Clone Trooper and stuff that was released like in 2020.
I can't remember the last time our Walmart had Black Series figures.
No, these are not Black Series. These are vintage collections.
Or like well, Star Wars figures in general, like ours really doesn't get any of the good ones. I think the only Star Wars stuff our Walmart gets that I'm even interested in is Lego sets.
Yeah, I was going to say Lego sets they get now they're real, you know, Walmart and everybody's real good on Lego sets. They keep the good ones then, and they've got a good, I guess Lego's got a good way of keeping their stuff on the shelf.
Yeah, Lego's gold.
Yeah. I mean, well, Lego, I just found this out. This is really interesting to find out. Found out by someone who used to work for Lego. So the way Lego works is they don't base success on who's selling what stores or are selling the most of their items. Like apparently, according to the employees, every sale, no matter where it is, if it's Walmart, if it's at a Lego store, if it's online, everybody still it still all distributes out equally throughout the entire company. Like it's not just like certain stores, with certain companies, if they don't get enough sales in, it could potentially shut them down. That doesn't happen with Lego. Apparently, they said apparently for people who work at the Lego store, they tell them the priority is not to sell stuff to customers. That's part of it. People want to buy stuff. That's great. The priority is whoever comes in is that they have a good time. And they say if a person's having a good time, they're nice to you and stuff like that. They say maybe sometimes you might get a bonus out of it. Like maybe the employee might give you some extra, some extra Lego stuff, like bonus Lego stuff. They sounds like they have a really cool company ethic when it comes to, customer service and stuff like that. And also employee service almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sounds interesting. It's just so expensive, man. Legos, like I said, it's gold. They value that little brick very, very much.
Sure.
Yeah,
it's weird though going to Walmart because usually, for example, when I go to Walmart, all I see is Grief, or it used to be Grief Cargo. There was a bunch of Grief Cargos, and now it's just all
Lando.
It's just Lando. All I see is Lando and Quill, like Lando for Miles, the General Calrissian from Return of the Jedi, which is great. It's just for some reason, the Black Series with the green spine. It's just they made a ton of those, or nobody wanted one of them. I mean, I think they're great.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Our Walmart has had for at least a year now Grief Karga and Quill.
Yeah,
and maybe even a Moff Gideon.
I was going to say that I got a Moff Gideon.
I still need to get a Moff Gideon. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a Moff Gideon Quill. I need to get a General Calrissian because I really want to get him. But every time I go to the store, I just see him he's not going to run out anytime soon. So I've been waiting. Been waiting to go on clearance. Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. So when I snatch him up for $10,
the one day you're going to finally go there, what you're going to see is a man already walking toward the checkout line with a buggy stacked with every single one.
And they're like all $2. They're marked at $2. They're probably gonna be $2, and I'll be like, no, I will. If I saw that, do not think I will walk up and take one out of his buggy.
He's gonna tip his hat to you and just say, "You snooze, you lose."
You lose.
I'll toss him a candy bar in that buggy and trade him. I'm like, whoop, like Indiana Jones. But anyway, no, it's just sad. I just think that it needs to get evened up a little more so that they just need a little bit. The flow needs to go a little more so that there's more variety on both sides. They don't need to overstack it on one side or the other. Otherwise, I feel like it throws everything off.
Yeah. Oh, one thing you can
gauge. I think it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to say. I feel like it also may just be that it takes having your finger on the pulse or being able to know what's hot or what's going to sustain. I mean, but the thing is I just feel like it's been a no-brainer with Star Wars lately that you could monetize this, and I don't feel like they've done a good job of getting the Black Series figures out in time.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Black Series figures, I could pull this up, and because we had some big releases actually this past week since.
I was going to say, didn't they do a big stream, big reveal?
Yeah. You know, it's funny though. I've looked at stuff online because this is the first kind of live stream for these Star Wars figures that I've actually kind of sat through a little bit. And do they not always get the big reveals?
Who?
Ashley, like like these live streams, like it.
Yeah, I mean they reveal whatever they want to reveal.
It
Yeah,
sounds
I was
like
gonna say-
it sounds like they didn't get the special stuff to it. It sounds like nothing they really announced was extremely huge. I mean, other than maybe the throne room, but some of the stuff we already knew about, like the whole new wave that was coming out. The archive stuff, archive stuff is just stuff that's already been made. It's just been updated and, might have some more accurate sculpts. And,
well, you want to go through it like piece by piece here?
Yeah, we can go through them real quick. Well, beforehand, like we had a new Boba Fett release that just happened. What was it, Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, we had Din Djarin with
with his Imperial disguise,
outfit on, and then
vintage
the Dark
collection.
Trooper.
And the Dark Trooper from the Black Series, yeah.
Yep.
And the Din Djarin was vintage collection, right?
Yes. Din Djarin was vintage, black. Dark Trooper was 6-inch Black Series.
So that came out, I think that went up Tuesday,
and then Wednesday,
Boba Fett from the Mandalorian, right when he first got his armor back on. So this was like kind of a remake, but there are also some details that are different, like the belt's a little different.
Okay, here I got them all right here. I don't want. Let me scroll and try to find the Boba Fett. Where's the Boba Fett? Where the Boba Fett? I don't see a Boba Fett.
Because he wasn't part. It's almost like they didn't consider him part of that reveal from.
They must not. Okay, so Hasbro sent over this whole list right here to me the other day or yesterday to with all the official images and details. I don't see a Boba Fett.
See here, I'll pull them up then.
Okay,
yeah, we can pull it up separately after this.
Yeah, let me do this and let me share this because I'll just show you where he is right now, which is because he's a Walmart exclusive. That's the thing with him.
Okay. Yeah. So this is just stuff you can get on Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah.
So yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
So if you look at it, so he's a Walmart exclusive, and he's already out of stock. I managed to get a pre-order for him.
I looked yesterday and tried, and it was like no look.
I was timing it like second it turned 1 o'clock. I was refreshing on Walmart.com, waiting for one to pop up, and then I managed to get one. But I love how it looks. Yeah, it does look good. And I'm kind of more excited for this one than for the re-armored one that's coming out. I think before this actually.
Yeah, this one looks really, really good. I like this.
Actually, they have him with that black background, so you can see the color a little bit better. But yeah, it looks like a solid figure. He doesn't come out till, let's see. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, it's next year. It's 2023.
Yeah.
It's 2023. I remember that.
Anyways, we'll back to you. But yeah, so that was that. I managed to get that pre-order, but we also have the stuff that was revealed yesterday in the live stream.
Yep, which is this Clone Trooper vintage collection Clone Trooper. Let me see, make these pictures a little bit bigger.
Which he has sold out already. This one is sold out.
I know. Unfortunately, I know. When I went to order the the Boba Fett Palace thing, I tried to get him too. And
I've noticed the Troopers must be a big seller when it comes to Black Series stuff, because I've noticed anything that you can use to build. Whether I didn't know that this was a thing, but the whole army building.
Oh yes, it is big time.
So if both figures from the whole line of stuff that they revealed, both figures that could be part of some kind of little army that you're trying to build, both of those are sold out now. And we'll show the other one in a minute.
Yep.
But
there's the Yoda. I think this has already been made too. This kind of a. Do you remember this in Empire Strikes Back? This necklace?
Not really. It almost looks like a translator or something, or a breather.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. Or Return of the Jedi, which is weird. And then of course here's the Big Daddy that I cannot wait for, with Fat Bib Fortuna in it.
That's a
look at
massive
that.
set.
That is. Just look at all.
Well, it's so funny in the live stream was how excited they were about the grill.
Yeah. Oh, look at the grill. You can change out the meat on it.
Yeah. And is that a monkey lizard that you can put on the spit?
It looks,
oh my god, I think it
yes,
is.
it is. It is.
Oh no.
It is.
It's yeah, the detail is pretty incredible though. I can see why it's got the price it does. There's a lot in it. It doesn't seem like it's just some little kindergarten Playmobil set, that's just a bare bones. It's got a lot to it.
There you go. You can recreate Boba killing Bib Fortuna and taking over his territory.
Speaking of which, did you ever try to get that Boba Fett?
No, I didn't. No.
Yeah, he sold out pretty fast.
Yep. Okay, so and then Black Series stuff, you got Ahsoka, which we had already talked about. You said somebody had already found in Target somewhere.
Yeah. So we got Ahsoka. I think this is Wave. They're calling this Wave 32, I believe.
Okay, Wave 32, and then this Echo. Which looks cool.
Oh man,
looks really good.
I love how he comes with 2 arm attachments. So he's got the I guess
the
insert
computer reader thingy.
Yeah, the computer reader arm, and then he's or slicer or whatever it's called, and then he's got the I'm not sure what that attachment is exactly. Yeah, I don't remember it from the show.
I'd have to go back and check that out again.
But
that gun looks awesome too.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's the thing I love about these Bad Batch figures is that each one is a very unique mold in one way. Except I think the closest maybe to not being too unique would maybe be Hunter. His is pretty close to a normal clone trooper, just slight modifications in the shape. But everybody else, Wrecker, Tech, Crosshair, and Echo, all have very, very unique helmet molds, and I love them.
Then you got this Death Watch, generic Death Watch Mandalorian, I guess.
Yeah, it's sold out.
Yeah, really. But, I mean, all the Mandalorians and the clones are going to sell out. Hopefully, they'll be back in stock. Though.
Oh, Death Watch. Yeah, he's listed as part of the Mandalorian. Now, why am I not remembering where he was? Did we see him in the? Did we see this in the show?
That wasn't the third guy with Bo-Katan and the other, right?
It might have been. I think it was.
It was okay. I was gonna say, was it him or was it? Or what is Bo-Katan the leader of the Death Watch?
That's what I thought. Wasn't she supposed to be sort of leader or something like that?
God, I have to go back to the Clone Wars.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's all those stories.
This is part of the Mandalorian. That's why I was curious. Yeah. Or could he have been part of the?
Yeah.
Or could
Death Watch?
Okay. So yeah, he might be that third guy then. He just wasn't special enough to get his own face sculpted. Poor guy.
Let's see the Death Watch. Yeah, it doesn't really say. Then you got Omega, which is going to be an okay figure. What is that?
I do like the little lizard and the bow and arrow that comes with her.
Yeah, the bow,
energy bow,
pretty cool. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, I ended up. Yeah, that when I did the pre-orders when they first came up, I went ahead and grabbed Ahsoka and Echo, and then I saw Omega, and I was thinking, should I get this? Should I get it? And then I just went ahead and ended up getting it. So I'll almost have the whole Bad Batch team done.
Minus Omega.
No, minus Crosshair. Crosshair is the one that's evading me right now.
And then we have the Client.
I want this. I want Werner. I want a Werner figure for sure.
I want to see the Client.
Yeah, I want to see the child. And he's got the ice cream maker with the money inside of it. That's pretty cool. And then what else we have here? Okay, so there's an Emperor, but they didn't send pictures for the Emperor, which is just from archive.
I was going to say I have seen images though, and it's he looks okay. I mean, he's fine. It's kind of like another one of these archive.
Here, I'll show you.
Where they slightly perfect it.
I'll share a link real quick with you so you can pull it up if you want to real quick.
I wouldn't mind getting a hold of this Dinkar figure. I really.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll come back to him while you're looking at that. Then
here's the link for the
Dengar, man. God, Dengar doesn't get much love.
I love that character. I will say though, if you read the Bounty Hunter comics, and he was, I feel like they used him a good bit in the Clone Wars stuff too. But he I feel like everywhere else in the expanded universe, he started getting a lot more love. In the new expanded universe.
I think he has a chance. I think one thing they're probably thinking of is if they were going to bring him back, how are they going to do it? Are they just going to recast with someone who kind of looks similar to the actor before, or if they're going to do something different with them? Because when you want to do it, I have noticed they do try to keep some kind of continuity of how the person looks.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The rumors were that in Rise of Skywalker, Dengar was there.
Yeah.
Half robot or what? He's a mod. He's one of the mods. He rides one of those stupid blue and red speeders. And then C-3PO archive, which I'm kind of excited about this because I never got a Black Series 3PO. So this will be a good chance to get, a New Hope version. So
here's a question. Well, without going deep into our diatribes of our thoughts on the Rise of Skywalker, was the reception on the Rise of Skywalker, do you think that killed a lot of company interest in continuing any lines that have to do with that whole?
Yeah. How many did we even get an action figure line from the Rise of Skywalker?
We got a couple. Like right before it came out, we got a couple.
That was it.
Yeah, we got Rey, Zori Bliss, Poe. I think we got. Did we get a new?
Yeah, they did that initial push. Like you got
the new Falcon Lego set.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, let's pump the brakes on this one.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed because you know what? There was stuff in the movie that I thought could have made for fun, like good figures or good sets.
Yeah.
So maybe one day they'll come. Maybe one day, if some kind of if retroactively they make the movies, make it easier to appreciate them. Maybe they'll come back
well, they've already started. Like I was talking about the Darth Vader series.
Yeah,
Darth Vader went to Exegol and saw all the Star Destroyers being created.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe there's a chance that maybe they'll come back around to it, and because like I said, there's stuff in there that I could, I think me and us talked about this a while back. We would have liked like a Black Series of getting like Ben Solo, after he came back, or like Rey with the new lightsaber at the very end, her own lightsaber she made.
I like Rey. See, I wish Rey had her own lightsaber the whole movie instead of them constructing or like fixing the old one, like Anakin's. They should have just had her build her own one in that time, kind of like Luke. That would have been great because, like you said, her design's great, and I love Leia's lightsaber. Her hilt design is so great. I love that lightsaber.
Yeah.
But this is the Emperor that we were mentioning, by the way.
Yeah. Well, looking at Billy D here.
The reason I brought it up was I was thinking like, did they ever make a Black Series of the Emperor's new look in Rise of Skywalker? I was trying to remember if they did. I don't think they ever got around to
I haven't seen anything
with the creepy red robes he had.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
And then here's a GameStop exclusive Gaming Greats Jedi Fallen Order. I haven't played this game, so
yeah, this is just one of the baddies you fight. Yeah, you fight like some Night Brothers and stuff. It'll pop up. They're just like baddies, the Stormtroopers.
Okay. But yeah, he's actually just a repaint of another Night Brother figure, though, isn't he? Because there's like a yellow Night Brother figure, and I think this is a repaint because it's a different type of soldier in the game you fight. Because these are long range archers, and I think they're yellow ones who you fight melee style with.
Mm-hmm. And then I think that's it for that. So you said you had. Did you send me a link in private chat? Oh, okay, you got it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's standard Return of the Jedi Emperor.
Yeah, just minus the throne. See, and I wanted to get the set that came with the throne.
Yeah, that is cool.
Did they ever try to make a Palpatine from Revenge of the Sith for Black Series? Like when he became Sidious and he had
no, not yet. They haven't really. I mean, in terms of that, I would say the Black Series, like a lot of those prequel characters, they've been light on. Like, I mean, Qui-Gon was a big jump, and I mean, obviously, you get like if they were in the Clone Wars, you get a figure. But like, I wish they would do a Revenge of the Sith Palpatine. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I got lucky that they made even a Fisto.
Even I would love to see Black Series figures of all the like versions of like Episode 1 Palpatine. His weird old looking self in Episode 2 when he was like he was suffering from some disease that he kind of cleared up from by 3. It was like, but it was like he cured himself, and then
then he
Anakin
went the
had
other
to
way.
or Mace Windu had to go in there and ruin it.
Well,
He's like, all this work I
Wars,
just had done, you messed it all up.
well, speaking of Black Series Clone Wars, we did also get some pipeline reveals, and one of those is a Clone Wars, Star Wars veteran character that I don't think she's ever been in Black Series before, but Alia Secura is going to be coming up as
That'll
a
be
Black Series.
cool.
I can't wait to get that one. I'm definitely going to try to grab that as soon as it's out.
Yep.
I'm sure because y'all were talking about the army building. For me, I would probably just love to have all the Jedi Council.
Oh yeah,
like, I would just love to have everybody.
Yeah,
like especially to have like that room. What if they made like a Black Series like play set of the Jedi Council chamber,
of the circular chamber?
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah,
I would know. You know what they need to do? They just need to do. I don't know what they would stamp it, because they need to stamp it something like, I don't even know if you would call it Legacy, but the weird, creepy puppet version of Yoda from Episode 1. Remember the original?
No.
Like, it's so terrible. I hated it, but it's just like, I feel like it can't. You can't. Star Wars is one of those things where like even the worst things can't be ignored. Like we have to bring them out to light every so often, like the Christmas special. I feel like they need to make a figure of that just to immortalize it. But like I said, I don't. You have to stamp it as something. We have to call it something. But what do you call it?
Well, I don't know, but we do need a what's his name from the holiday special? Icky, is that his name?
Oh yeah, the grandpa, Itchy,
Itchy.
Itchy, the grandpa of the
Yes.
Wookiee, yeah, the one that's like his mouth was like above his nose.
Oh my god,
yeah.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
The other pipeline reveals though, besides Alia though, was who else did we get? We're going to be getting Maul from Clone Wars season 7.
Yep.
That will be cool.
Yeah, that looks like that'll be great. And who else did we hear?
Is it a Bib Fortuna?
Was it Bib Fortuna?
I can't remember.
So I'm trying to pull up something that will tell me.
What's funny is I've got a Bib figure signed by the original Bib Fortuna.
Really?
Yeah.
I know the vintage collection is getting an Attack of the Clones Anakin.
Oh
I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah.
And there was another vintage collection.
Well, there's also some archive reveals while I'm looking this up real quick. But we're going to be getting a redo of Han from The Force Awakens.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to be getting Grand Moff
Tarkin
again.
Is this a vintage collection?
No.
No. Black Series archive stuff. So like the ones with the black card.
So they're going to re-release Force Awakens Han like with a better.
So probably with an
sculpt?
updated, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I mean, I've already got him. But I would like to get one with a better face sculpt because mine kind of looks wonky.
Pretty.
Yeah.
That. Who else? Tarkin, I believe we're getting again.
Yep, Tarkin.
And
I feel like mine had a decent sculpt. But I can see if they wanted to.
Here we go.
Better.
Yeah. So the archives is going to be in the archive line. We're going to be getting Han Solo, Chewbacca from A New Hope, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Princess Leia in the Bouche disguise.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Bouche,
yeah,
the mighty Bouche.
Yeah, and for the pipeline for the Black Series ones, which was Alia and Darth Maul, the third one, so basically all three of these, I definitely want to get. Saw Gerrera is getting a Black Series figure.
Finally.
Yeah,
it's going to be the Rogue One version.
I'd imagine if you got a chance to get Forrest Whitaker, you better put Forrest Whitaker there.
Well, I just didn't know if they were going to try to de-age him and make him say he's the Clone Wars version or
Rebels
version.
or the one from Fallen Order or something like that.
Did you come to get rid of me?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Oh, that'll be one regretful thing. Yeah, I think that's one thing from the Rogue One stuff. They had a great treasure trove of fun, characters that they can't do much with now because they killed them, basically everybody. So all they can do is kind of go back in the past and just pepper them in places. Like Saw Gerrera is a great character. I'd love to see more of him. Just kind of like the extremist side of the rebellion.
Well, it's getting kind of late here, so I want to show off one more.
Alrighty.
One more new line coming
Oh,
out,
yeah.
and this is Super 7 announced a new reaction line, which is Who Framed
Awesome.
Roger Rabbit?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I saw this. I can't remember who sent this to me or how I found this, but wow, when I found this out, yeah, I've got to have these, and maybe not all of them, but maybe all of them.
Well, there's only what 5, maybe.
Yeah.
Five,
Now
so
I will say, Eddie is missing. I don't know why they don't have Eddie,
Well,
but they've got Roger. I want him. I want Jessica. And she's got the frying pan. The Judge Doom I have to have, and he's got the shoe that he puts in the dip.
Mm-hmm. And then you got Smarty.
Yep. What did I tell you about laughing?
And stupid.
Yeah, but see, I maybe they'll put him out later, but I would like to have an Eddie to go to complete, because that's the only thing missing.
Well, depending on how well these guys sell.
Well, what about the baby?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I didn't think about that. It's like you got to have Eddie, the baby, and the taxi. Eddie Cab.
Yeah.
But no, that right there is great. If I could at least get my hands on Judge Doom and Roger Rabbit, I'd be satisfied. But I wouldn't mind. That's one of those where it's a great line, because you really can't find any kind of Roger Rabbit toys anywhere unless you buy the vintage, and they were just like little
Bend'em.
I think
things.
they were like bendable. Yeah, they were like
they
weren't like a big figure.
Yeah.
So
you want to do hauls?
Hauls?
Yeah. Does anybody have any hauls?
I've got the haul.
I've got one. Yeah. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first. You got one. I got.
All right.
multiple.
I got one. So I managed to nab this.
Ashley said, "I've got 12. You go first."
Yeah, no, not that many.
I got this gaming grate of Cal Kestis from Fallen Order. And I love this set. Like what all comes with them. He's got like a. So he's got like a. I mean, this is Cal from the very beginning of the game. He's like in hiding. He's. What's the name of that planet? It's like a junker planet where they carve up old like Imperial shuttles. I think it's the planet that they go. The Bad Batch actually visits this planet in a series.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he works there. He's like in hiding, working there at the very beginning of the game. So that's why he's got this kind of work-looking suit and this work poncho, and he comes with a hood that he also has on. Then you got a repaint of BD.
Bracca. Is it Bracca? Bracca?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
See, they do Bogano a lot on that game, but yeah, that's where you start out, I think, is Bracca.
Yeah. And a Bogling, which is really cool. Sweet. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a Lothcat, but without the. And then also, I love this. The comes. Oh God, I need to turn. I do
like you that you get a different paint job on the BB.
Yeah.
BD, not BB, on the BD unit. Excuse me.
If I can get it, I'm trying to show the lightsaber off, but maybe I just need to turn my light away so you can see it. But okay, there we go. So you can see his two lightsabers.
Yeah.
So you got his regular one, and then also his double blade when you get later on.
See, and that's
what's really spoiling it for me.
Oh, I think you'll dig the game when you get around to playing it. But the lightsaber customization is really fun.
Uh-oh, my finger's bleeding. All right, so me, I got
bleed over your toys.
I got Queel and
Grief Karga.
George. Yeah, Grief Karga.
George Kroger.
Yeah, George Kroger. I got some George Kroger here and some Queel.
Chad Kroger.
So grief will save us.
These are the I guess they're retro style figures.
Yeah.
So
I love the packaging that they've done that, because I remember when they started doing that for the I think the Empire figures they might have. I think it might have been the first Star Wars figures when they were re-releasing those, and they were sticking those stickers on them, the retro.
And this cost me, even though it says $12.99, they were not that. They were on sale. Plus, I had a $5 gift card, so I think this cost me right at like $11 for both of them. So,
wow!
So that was a good deal. Then I got this.
Oh man, I remember those.
Yep. This is actually it's from Super 7 too. But
is that like a remake of the old little things?
But these are WWE, so I think I got a Hacksaw Jim Duggan, a Sergeant Slaughter, and a $1 Million Man.
I hate that they had to call it WWE. I just like you have to call it WWF.
And that's the original right there. One of the original.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
I had a few of those. I've probably still got because I remember I had like some of those and like these Popeye things. They were like almost the same quality, the same design, but they were Popeye characters like Popeye, Olive Oil, and Bluto. Yeah, Wimpy.
All right, then I got Reaction Destro in the mail.
Man, I could have sworn I'd seen you have this exact figure sometime before.
Nope.
It's just another Destro.
Yeah, probably another Destro. Then I got Snake Eyes in the mail. Yeah. Nice. Yep. And then I went to Target and got this version of Snake Eyes, which is the same figure, just different color scheme, and a cool. This is a cover for one of the comics. I can't remember what issue it was. Oh, 21. It says it right there on the card. But will I take this off? Probably. I'll probably take it out of the package. And then I got this awesome Cobra Commander, which I have the regular release, but this is the gold chrome dome, so it's like vac metal, face shield, which is kind of cool. And it's got a different little card art on it. And that is my haul for the week. I have several other things coming, but they just hadn't arrived yet.
I have several things coming. They're not coming for another year or so.
Yeah, right.
I think the only thing in terms of Black Series, the only thing that's coming anytime soon is I think Cobb. I got him. I pre-ordered him through Entertainment Earth, so I might not even get him when he's supposed to be coming in. But I think it's supposed to be June or July.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Well, I ordered it right when it came on, so maybe if there's a queue, maybe I'm pretty high up in the queue, so maybe I'll get it. Maybe.
Possibly. All right. Well, I guess that's it for the night. Austin, you want to take us out?
I'm stuck.
For ice cream?
Yeah.
I will. I'll take you guys all out for ice cream and a banana split.
Take us to the Voodoo Donut.
That mango tango.
Catch these ghosts. You need the real Ghostbusters.
Nice landing, Han Solo.
Spaceships and Luke Skywalker sold separately. Batteries not included.
That toy life.